Hello, everyone, and I'm doing this live stream really to provide support to the small business community. I mean, so many small businesses are struggling right now, and while I'm sure anyone that watches my profile knows, I really don't do live videos like this. As an introvert myself, I generally like doing a lot of pre-planned kind of videos and sharing great content with the world. For this video, I kind of felt like I really needed to speak from the heart. So, a planned video that I would normally do is just, it's just not going to cut it. And I think that one of the biggest hurdles that most business owners have right now is that they don't have the answers. And I'm not going to admit to having all the answers myself either. One of the things that I do know is that this is a testing time for everybody. And I think that small businesses as a whole need to stick together. We need to be conservative in our choices, but we also have a great opportunity in front of us. And I think one of the quotes that I put up just recently is that small businesses need to adapt. If they do that, they'll get back to creating and then they'll thrive. But it's only going to work if we absolutely act. Now, I've got a couple of things I've written down that I really want to say, but I think a lot of people move into small business ownership or entrepreneurship because they believe that it is the thing to do these days. And when situations like this happen, it tests us and it challenges us to work out whether or not the pain's worth the gain. And the truth of it is, it's really not if you're not doing something that you're passionate about, that you were born to do. If the pain's not worth the gain, then, while there's so many people getting laid off right now as well, a job is a safer place for you until you work out your place in the world. And that's not to say there isn't a business for you. It's just that if you don't know what you're passionate about, then it's not the right venture for you. Now, for a lot of people, when I work with them, one of the biggest things that I say at the start is, I can create a rapid growth business out of anything, but there's nothing worse than a rapid growth business with customers you can't stand in a business you don't enjoy. And a lot of people jump into practical based decisions around business, or they jump on the shiny objects of business. And when we hit a situation like this, it forces us to reevaluate. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go and get a job by any means. What I'm suggesting is that this current pause in the marketplace is an opportunity to really think about what it is that you want to do with your business, what you want to do with your career, what you want to be spending the rest of your life doing, and taking an opportunity to truly act on that passion and that belief. Now, while I know there's a lot of businesses right now that are just trying to survive because they hadn't had what I call a war chest of money set aside to survive or weather the storm or to handle a downturn. Now, I hope that there won't be a downturn. And at the moment, I believe that while there's been economic issues in the past, this is the first time that it's a really weird state of affairs, and I believe the market will rebound. And I believe that people will start to move forward again as soon as they're allowed out of their houses. But we need to plan for what if we're stuck in our houses in 2 months' time? What if we're stuck in our houses in 3 months' time? And how will we do business like that? Also, when we get let out of our houses, how are we going to take advantage of the opportunities? How are we going to hit the ground running? And one of the things that I'm always focused on is strategy before action. I think one of the hardest things for small businesses, especially in today's world where we're constantly focusing on acting, on moving forward, and activity feels like moving forward. I get it, but a lot of times it's not. Look at your small business, look at your entrepreneurship enterprise. More often than not, you've been working really hard, feeling like you're moving forward, but you've been stuck in that hamster wheel for years and years and years. What I'm suggesting is that you take this opportunity to do two things. One, do what you need to pay your bills, to survive, and to continue making your business operate. But two, take a second to really think through your business, your goals, how you're differentiating in the marketplace, how you're going to sell to the marketplace, whether you're doing a Zoom conversation because you can't go outside right now, or whether you're doing it face to face and you're helping the small business community, the corporate industries, a consumer get re-empowered to follow their dreams, to get the outcome that your business provides. And what I really want you to do, I mean, one of the things that I shared on a recent blog post is, do you have a small business or do you have a gambling addiction? And in truth, if you don't have a strategic plan, a strategy, if you haven't worked on your business and worked out the plan of how to differentiate, how to market yourself, how to niche down, how to sell, how to create the systems and processes in the back end so that you can truly succeed, this is your opportunity to do that. I posted a quote recently that said, success is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. And I think that this is a great opportunity to, of course, it's not our fault that this has happened. It's not our fault that coronavirus has happened to us. But if it's not our fault, we also can't take responsibility for what is within our control. There's a neuro-linguistic programming technique that talks about being a cause, not an effect. And, I have to admit, a lot of people I've spoken to, and even myself for a small period of time, was in reaction mode. And then I decided, well, what can I do? What can I be responsible for? What can I do to A, help the community, and B, make sure that my business is in a stronger place at the end of this? And the answer always is working on your business, not in it. Of course, you need to do what you need to do to pay your bills. However, you also have a wonderful opportunity right now to really think through your passions and your mission in life, to make sure that your business aligns with that, to make sure that your message is clear and gets beyond the noise. Also, you have a wonderful opportunity to really think about your business, the strategies that you have, how you're getting out into the marketplace. Some of you may own retail stores, and I know this is a testing time, especially for retail and restaurants. And restaurants, I've been inspired to see how they've reacted. Retail stores, I'm sure you're in a tailspin right now. And in truth, the online retailers are taking a lot of that business away from you because people aren't walking in your doors. And I'm so sorry that that's happening to you. Again, I'm not saying it's your fault, and I know that this is something that's happening to you, but think about what you can do. Think about connecting with all of your customers, with the email addresses you have, asking them to buy products from your online store, not directly from the wholesaler. Think about ways that you can connect with them. Everybody needs to stick together right now. The problem is that because people are in reaction mode, unless you ask them to think of you, to support the stores that they love, they won't think of it and they won't do it. So you have to be at cause. You have to make a decision to move forward rather than be in this constant state of, I'm not sure what to do. And I think that standing still, being in reaction, I saw a great video the other day of the fact that people are going through these stages of mourning, and that is 100% true. We need to accept where we are. We need to move through those stages quickly, and we need to look at what we are in control of, what we can do. I know for myself, I'm working on my second book right now. I'm working on things that I can do to get out in front of my audience. I'm working on a new blog post that will allow me to tap into new markets once this issue is resolved. And I'm looking at communicating with people to help them in any way I can, because my role, I'm passionate about helping small business, and I see them bleeding. And because of that, it hurts me. And that's why I'm doing this video today, because I believe that I needed to act. I almost didn't do this video because, gosh, I'm an introvert, and I just have this whole thing in my head about what if people aren't watching? What if people don't interact? And what if I say the wrong thing? And I decided to overcome that, because in truth, this is our comfort zone, and this is where the magic happens. And I knew that if I wasn't willing to wear my heart on my sleeve and willing to do something uncomfortable, how dare I ask other people to do the same? So I'm asking you to take a stock take of where you're at right now, what you can spend your time doing. I had one person I spoke to the other day who said, I spent 8 hours just procrastinating at my desk because I didn't know what to do. Well, the reason is that so many people want to focus on action. And sometimes we need to step back and truly think. Now, I did that yesterday, and I went through the process of really thinking through what I wanted to take action doing. I did a day of strategy, and now I'm moving forward. Now, for some of you that aren't aligned with a business that you're inspired to run, maybe that is, do I really want to be in business right now? Should I redirect my business, or should I go out and get a job? For other people that have been laid off, maybe this is a great opportunity to be inspired to start your own business, because it's going to take you 1, 2, 3 months to get that business going, to get it out to the world. And why not do that so that you can take advantage of the market opportunities once this situation is over? What I want you to do is take an opportunity to do what you love. There's a great quote by Jim Carrey. I mean, most people know of the famous comedian, Jim Carrey. And he said, you know, he talks about his father and how his father could have been he was a really funny man, and he could have been an amazing comedian. But he decided to make the safe choice. He decided to make the practical choice and become an accountant instead. Many years later, his father was laid off, and their family had to do what they could to survive. And there's a story about Jim Carrey having to be a janitor at his own high school, and how terrible that would have been for him. He said, you can fail at what you don't want. Sorry, my apologies. He said, I learned a great deal from my father, but nothing more important than you can fail at what you don't want. So why not take a chance at what you love? So what I'm challenging everybody to do is take an opportunity to learn, to grow, because this is a great opportunity to really think through our strategy. Of course, we need to do things to monetize. We need to do things that allow our businesses to go on, but we also need to really think through our business, really think through our strategy, and take leaps and bounds forward in the right direction. Abraham Lincoln once said, given 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. This is a great opportunity to truly sharpen the axe. Thank you for your time, and I wish every small business the absolute best. I know it's a testing time, and if there's any questions that you have, feel free to post them at the bottom of this video. I'll be watching, I'll be commenting, and my goal is to be doing videos like this over this period to help inspire you to stay the course in your passion-based business, so you can earn a great income doing what you love, and to motivate you to keep pushing forward.